Hey, I wanted to cover a couple things on Knights of Valor. I'm sure if you started playing the game, whether if you're a friend of mine and you got the recommendation from me, or you just picked it up by yourself or someone else's video, I'm sure you noticed the PlayStation Store for this, at least in game, is really messed up. You can't even properly access it from the PlayStation Web Store. Like if you go on the web store and you type in Knights of Valor, you can download the game, but you can't actually get into the cash shop. So what you could do is you can turn on your PS4 and then you go to search and you just type in Knights of Valor. You shouldn't even have to type in the full name. I think you just type in Knights and you should be able to get to this page. So what you do is you go to the add-ons, and then from here you can purchase pretty much everything. Otherwise you're pretty much limited to what shows up in the news section, which basically means you can only have access to like a couple things. I think you can buy these 2 packs here. It will recommend you to buy these once you get to a certain level. And then I think they have some of these growing packs and the super pack. That's basically it. But if you go here, you can buy pretty much everything. Now, I should also explain that these kind of seem pay to win. Like most free-to-play action MMOs, they're pay for convenience, basically. So, in other words, you can grind out for these as much as you want. It's not that hard. It's just kind of annoying. It's definitely one of the worst parts of this game is that once you get to a certain point, I'd say once you get past level 30, it starts to become a little bit of a grind to get the materials, but it's nothing you can't do. I actually leveled up SSX to 60 without buying this. But this basically lets you bypass the grind completely. Now, honestly, double XP times 12 is actually really worth it. If you want to spend 30 bucks on the game, this actually is not that bad of a deal, because you can use those on boss levels and you can level up other characters really quickly. That's actually what I'm going to show right now after this. I'm going to combine 2 little tips into one, how you can power level a character. So I'm going to go ahead and buy the Goshiki stones since I want to get an extra life. Lives are actually pretty important if you're going to be playing significantly, especially if you're going to be power leveling like I am now. You're going to want to have the extra life. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this right now. This actually comes with an extra experience. So let me turn off my thing really quick here so you guys don't see anything. Alright, we're good now. So we're going to go into the game. The PlayStation Store doesn't usually show any personal information. It does show your PayPal account, which obviously is not personal information because I I spam it in my mails, in my descriptions all the time when I need help affording something. But just as a usual streamer, content creator, safety precautions, best to just not show that at all. So basically they gave me 20 wishing tickets. What I did is I used all of those at once when I first started on this game, when they gave me the compensation, and I was able to get a mercenary to level 35. And I could tell you that thing pretty much one-shots almost anything on normal unless it has multiple phases. Even Lu Bu died in one hit on the last level on 5-4. So it works pretty well. So you will have to go to the mailbox to claim all your stuff from the cash shop. And like I said, the cash shop is not working properly either from in-game or the web store. So you'll have to go on the PS4 and search through the console PlayStation Store. And there we go, there's my 500 Goshiki stones. Oh, I just got some wish tickets. Cool. Alright, so I'll go ahead and show how the wish tickets work now that I have some free ones. So first, I'm going to go ahead and buy the extra life. Now, if I remember correctly, once you buy the first life, the price increases exponentially. But it's always worth having an extra one, because once you pass level 11, what happens is it will cost a life to heal your character. I'm sure you noticed the healing. This game is a lot like DFO. You know how DFO doesn't really drop healing potions? This game's pretty much the same, but the only way you can recover health at all is to use a life or get in-game food. So it's worth it to buy at least one. That gives you some extra leeway if you're going to be leveling you know, a character that's under-leveled, or you're going to be leveling multiple characters in one session. It's worth it to buy one. Yeah, see, the next one's 750, so it's a little bit excessive. I don't know if you really need 5 lives. Usually with 4 lives on the Asian version, I never really ran out too often, and if I did, it usually only took like a couple minutes for the cooldown to kind of refresh one. So I still have some stones left over. So I'm going to go ahead and burn through these wishes. The interface for this is not the best. You can't use more than one unless you buy the 10 ticket, the 10 plus 1 ticket. So by getting these, if it's a wrong compatibility type or it's just a summon that you don't like, you should usually just use these to power up another one, because that thing is gonna really make it easier for you to level up weaker characters. See, there's a gold lion. The gold lions actually give you a pretty significant boost when you sacrifice them to level up another mercenary. And I think you can get those from the silver gold wish as well. The magic wizard, that's not one I've had yet. So some of the best things you can get are the reforged stones. The ethereal crystals are nice. Hero spirits are good as well. Character spirits. So I'm going to go ahead and burn through all these. You'll have to forgive me here. I want to show the whole process for how this is done in one video. There's been quite a few people playing online, actually. I think the game is doing pretty well. It's a shame that the PlayStation Store is all messed up for this, and you kind of have to go through some unconventional methods to buy the cash shop stuff. But they said that they're working on it and it will take some time, but luckily there's a way you can use it right now. Yeah, Mystic Silver is good for forging. So I don't actually have any mercenaries I want to use at the moment. I'm probably just going to save these, but I'll show how the process works. Unfortunately, with most loot boxes, they don't show you the odds, so I don't know what the odds are of getting Zhang Bao. I don't even know what his benefit is over the other one, because the mercenary I have right now is like super broken. I don't know if it's even worth, even if I wanted to, being a whale and getting... Yeah, see, there's the one I'm using, the Revolve Long Spear. Pretty much clears the whole room as long as they're not airborne or they're a boss with multiple phases. I got mine maxed out with Groe 70 last night. He power leveled me through the normal mode. I don't know about you, I'm not really a big whale on these games, but it's definitely interesting to watch people open loot boxes and stuff. Actually, let me check the Silver Dragon Wish really quickly. Yeah, see, you can get the lions from the Silver Dragon one, so you don't actually have to use real money to get them. That's definitely the best way to level up a mercenary. So you go into your equipment. So here's my maxed out one. Make sure you protect it so you don't lose it. Let's say I wanted to max out. Let's see if I have any speed type ones. Yeah, see, I don't have any speed type characters with compatibility right now, so none of these are really worth using. Let's say I wanted to make another revolve long spear. You push options, you go to training. Like, see, that puts him up to level 26 already. And if I use these other lions, and he's pretty much maxed out. So I'm not going to go through with it. I'm probably going to save this in case I make a skill type character. But that's basically how it works. You definitely want to stockpile your lions because the lions give a pretty significant boost. Like, see, I'll go ahead and I'll do it again. Just using one gold lion puts it up to level 26. It gets over 1500 attack. So don't throw these away. Definitely dump them into whatever mercenary you're actually going to use. So here's the maxed out one. It has 2650 attack. So the required level to use this is level 9, so you will have to power level through some other means to get to level 9, but once you do, you should be able to use this to pretty much just skip a lot of the content. Because usually once you finish normal mode, you can pretty much power level on hard mode. So I'm going to do 2-1 hard, and I'll show how you can power level. We'll go ahead and use a double EXP. You generally want to save your lucky stars for boss levels because those tend to drop the best gear. So if you're in a party or something, usually what the best thing to do is to pop a double experience and a lucky star. That way you have the highest chance of leveling up and getting some good gear in the same run. Now I'm pretty low on the achievements, so I have a bunch of Goshiki stones saved up. I might actually save some of those for later on. Hopefully the kind of ghetto method I had to use the cash shop will be fixed soon, but I talked to the social media rep on Facebook and he said that they're still working on it. It's not the first time something like this has happened. But I just bought 500 Goshiki stones. You just saw me do it, so there is a way. You just kind of have to... I don't think most people use the built-in PlayStation Store on the console because it just takes forever. So I'm not going to use the assist here because they're too spread out. But if you get to a room where everything is really grouped up, the assist will pretty much clear it. Alright, this should be a good room to use it on. Pretty much just instantly one-shots them. So it's on the 22-second cooldown, so ideally, or theoretically, if you really wanted to, you could just wait 20 seconds after using it and clear the next room. And if it doesn't one-shot the boss, you might have some difficulties. So you won't get the ability to go to the next difficulty. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you get it until you clear every level. But you can actually skip around if you want. So I usually used to do 2-1 to power level back when I played this on the Asian version. see how fast this is going. So I'm actually going to full clear because, much like DFO, I think it gives extra experience. Sometimes you can get a drop down here too, if I remember correctly. You have to forgive me on all the IIRCs, because it's been a while since I played this game extensively. It opens the chest for you. So you can see this level doesn't really have any gimmicks. Most of the enemies are on the ground. The only ones that are going to be able to fight your assist are pretty much the birds. And the birds aren't too much of a threat, they're just kind of annoying. Like, pretty much every video game bird is annoying in some capacity. These ones are just kind of a nuisance. They're not like Ninja Gaiden birds. Now due to the long cooldown, you generally only want to use the assist when you can be sure that it's going to clear most of the room. Like, now's a good time to use it. That's basically how you power level. Let's see how much experience it's going to give me. Now I have finished normal mode on this character, so it's not going to be that significant, but as long as you get to level 9, you should be able to use 2-1 to level up pretty quickly. The only problem you should really have is the birds. And maybe this last room here, but if you come in here with some lives, it could be worth it, especially if you bought an extra life like I have. And the lives come back every half hour, so generally what you want to do is you want to heal everybody up that's past level 11. Like if you're going to stop playing, and then in about an hour and a half you should have all your lives back. So if you need to go to work or school or run an errand or something, sometimes it's worth it to just log on and make sure that everybody's in tip-top health. So I got about a level and a half from that, almost 2 levels. But if you're really under-leveled, you can still go too hard, since you don't actually have to finish normal to go too hard with another character. They let you go all the way to insane if you want. Alright, well that's basically it. That's both how you use the cash shop, how you use the silver and gold dragon wishes, and how you power level. I think this is a pretty useful guide. I have not covered most of this other stuff before, so this should help new players. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.